Los Angeles, February 2013, pulses with neon and noise. It's downtown, a chaotic blend of glamour and grit. In the heart of Skid Row, the Hotel Cecil looms, a 14-story relic of 1920s opulence now decayed, its faded marquee a beacon for transients, dreamers, and the desperate. Inside, its corridors reek of mildew, its elevators creak, its history whispers of murders, suicides, and ghosts. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student, checks in alone, her backpack heavy, her Tumblr post brimming with wanderlust. She's here to chase the city's pulse. But on January 31st, a grainy elevator video captures her pressing buttons frantically, gesturing to someone unseen, hiding in a corner as if pursued. Days later, she vanishes, her room empty, her story a void. When guests complain of foul water, a maintenance worker climbs to the roof, finding her body in a locked water tank, naked, her clothes floating beside her. Was she hunted, broken, or drawn into the Cecil's dark heart? The city hums, but its shadows are alive. This is Shadow of Crime, where we walk the darkest alleys, unearthing tales that chill the soul, mysteries that cling like damp air. Tonight, we step into the Hotel Cecil's haunted halls, to the enigma of Elisa Lam, a case that gripped the internet, sparked tales of demons and killers, and left a question that burns. What happened to Elisa? Lock your doors against the night. Check the shadows in the corners. Los Angeles is calling, and its voice is cold. Welcome to the Shadow of Crime. Part 1. Los Angeles, 2013. Skid Row and the Cecil Shadow. In February 2013, Los Angeles was a city of contrasts, its Hollywood sparkle clashing with the raw decay of downtown Skid Row. This 50-block sprawl, just steps from glass towers, was a haven for the homeless, drug dealers, and lost souls, its sidewalks littered with tents, its air thick with desperation. The Hotel Cecil, at 640 South Main Street, stood as a monument to faded glory, its 1924 Art Deco facade crumbling, its 600 rooms a mix of budget stays and long-term flops. Once a stop for starlets, it had become infamous, linked to serial killers like Richard Ramirez and Jack Unterweger. Its suicides and murders a dark legend whispered in LA's bars. The Cecil's interior was a time capsule, peeling wallpaper, flickering fluorescents, and elevators that groaned like the building's ghosts. Its guests were eclectic, backpackers like Elisa, drawn by cheap rates, residents living on welfare, and transients who vanished into its maze. Security was lax, cameras grainy, locks flimsy, the rooftop accessible via fire escape or maintenance stairs, its water tanks unsecured. Skid Row's chaos spilled in, its dealers and drifters roaming the halls, its danger a pulse beneath the Cecil's faded charm. Los Angeles in 2013 was also a digital city, its stories amplified by YouTube and Tumblr, its crimes live-streamed to a global audience. The Cecil, with its $65 a night rooms, drew adventurers like Elisa, unaware of its past, lured by its proximity to LA's heart. The city's nightlife, bars, clubs, street art, promised excitement, but Skid Row's shadows held threats, muggings, overdoses, and eyes that watched from alleys. For Elisa, the Cecil was a stop on her West Coast odyssey, her room a base for exploration, its walls a silent witness to a tragedy that would soon unfold. The hotel's reputation, known to locals but not tourists, was a trap. Its history, Ramirez's 1985 killings, a 1962 jumper, a 1991 murder, hung like damp air, its present a mix of hope and decay. Elisa, with her notebook and dreams, stepped into this world, her footsteps echoing in a place where light struggled to reach, her story a spark that would ignite a mystery, turning the Cecil into a global stage, its darkness a canvas for a case that refused to rest. Part 2. Elisa Lam, Portrait of a Wanderer. Elisa Lam, born April 30th, 1991, in Vancouver, Canada, was a 21-year-old student whose spirit burned bright, her curiosity a compass for adventure. A first-generation Canadian of Hong Kong descent, she studied at the University of British Columbia, her major undeclared, her heart set on seeing the world. Her Tumblr, Nouvelle Nouveau, was a digital diary, poetry, photos, musings on books and music, from Virginia Woolf to The Weeknd. Her posts revealed a soul both vibrant and vulnerable, grappling with bipolar disorder, her words raw with hope and doubt, her love for travel a lifeline. In January 2013, Elisa embarked on a solo West Coast trip, Vancouver to San Diego, then LA, her backpack stuffed with novels, her phone capturing moments for Tumblr. She called it her West Coast adventure, her posts brimming with excitement. San Diego's zoo, LA's art scene, a dream of Hollywood. At the Cecil, she checked in on January 26th, her room a shared dorm, later upgraded to a single due to complaints about her odd behavior. She texted her parents daily, her voice cheerful, her plans to head north next. Her black-rimmed glasses, her long dark hair, her shy smile made her a familiar face in the Cecil's lobby, her notebook a constant companion. To staff, Elisa was polite but quirky, often chatting about books or asking for directions, her energy restless. To guests, she was a mystery, sometimes talkative, sometimes withdrawn, her mood swings subtle but noticed. Her Tumblr hinted at inner struggles, posts about feeling lost or overwhelmed, but also joy in small moments, a coffee shop, a sunset. Her bipolar diagnosis, later revealed, explained her highs and lows, but she was diligent with medication, her family said, her stability a priority. On January 31st, Elisa was last seen in the Cecil's lobby, her backpack slung, her phone in hand, her destination unclear. She'd posted that day a quote about courage, her words a beacon in a mind that wrestled with shadows. Elisa was more than a guest in room 506, she was a dreamer, a writer, a soul chasing light in a city of darkness, her journey cut short in a place that would claim her, her story a flame that would burn across the internet. A mystery that began in a hotel's heart and spread to the world. Part 3. The Last Days, Echoes in the Cecil. Elisa Lam's final days in the Hotel Cecil, from January 26 to January 31, 2013, were a blend of adventure and unease, her presence a flicker in a place steeped in shadow. She arrived in Los Angeles full of plans, her Tumblr posts detailing visits to the Griffith Observatory, a bookstore in Silver Lake, and a taping of Conan. She shared selfies in her glasses, her captions upbeat, LA is so alive. But hints of fatigue crept in, her posts mentioning sleepless nights, her bipolar disorder a quiet weight. At the Cecil, she started in a shared dorm, her roommates noting her friendliness but also weird habits, talking to herself, leaving notes like "go away" on beds. By January 29th, she was moved to a single room, 506, the staff citing complaints, her isolation a shift that mirrored her mood. Her routine was active, mornings exploring LA, afternoons writing in the lobby, evenings calling her parents, their Vancouver home a lifeline. On January 30th, she visited the last bookstore, buying gifts for her family, her chat with the clerk warm, her excitement genuine. But staff noticed odd moments. She'd linger in hallways, stare at walls, or pace the lobby, her eyes distant. A guest recalled her in the elevator, pressing buttons randomly, her smile fading when asked if she was okay. Her Tumblr, active daily, showed no alarm, but a post about feeling scattered hinted at a mind under strain, her medication a question that would later haunt. January 31st was her last known day. She was seen in the lobby at noon, her backpack on, her phone buzzing with a text to her mother. A clerk saw her leave, her direction unclear, her return unconfirmed. That night, the elevator video, released later, captured her at 2 a.m., her movements frantic, her gestures wild, as if speaking to someone unseen. Was she playing, panicking, or lost in a manic episode? The Cecil's corridors, with their dim lights and locked doors, offered no answers, their silence a prelude to her absence. Her parents, alarmed by her silence on February 1st, called the Cecil, then the LAPD, their worry a spark that would ignite a search. Elisa's last days, a mix of joy and shadow, were a puzzle. Her steps retraced through receipts, posts, and memories, each one a clue to a girl who walked into the Cecil's heart and vanished, her story a thread that unraveled in a hotel that seemed to swallow its own. Part 4. The elevator video, a viral enigma. On February 14, 2013, the LAPD released a grainy, four-minute video from the Hotel Cecil's elevator, a clip that would become one of the internet's most haunting mysteries. Captured at 2 a.m. on January 31st, it shows Elisa Lam, alone, in a dimly lit elevator, her actions bizarre, her presence a riddle. She enters in her red hoodie and shorts, presses multiple buttons, then steps back, her movements jerky. She peeks out the doors, which stay open, her head darting as if scanning for someone. She hides in the corner, then gestures wildly, her hands waving as if talking to an unseen figure, her face tense but unreadable. She steps out, paces the hall, then returns, pressing buttons again before leaving, the doors finally closing, the elevator empty. The video, posted on YouTube, exploded, amassing millions of views, its grainy frames dissected by sleuths and tabloids. Was Elisa fleeing a pursuer, caught in a manic episode, or interacting with something paranormal? The Cecil's history, ghosts, murders, fueled wild theories, its reputation a lens that warped the clip's meaning. The elevator's malfunction, its doors stuck open, was explained by the LAPD as a glitch, but skeptics saw sabotage, a killer holding it open, invisible in the frame. Elisa's gestures, fluid yet frantic, suggested fear to some, a psychotic break to others, her bipolar disorder a key or a distraction. The internet turned detective, Reddit, and web sleuths buzzing with frame-by-frame analysis. Some noted her clothes casual, not her usual style, others her lack of glasses, a sign of disorientation. A slowed-down version hinted at editing, a missing second fueling conspiracies of a cover-up. Paranormal blogs linked her to the Cecil's ghosts, citing a dark energy in its halls. Her Tumblr, with posts about feeling lost, became a mirror, her mental state a debate that raged online, from LA to Vancouver. The video's virality made Elisa a global name, her face a meme, her tragedy a spectacle. For the LAPD, the video was a lead with no path, its clues ambiguous, its context a void. For Elisa's parents, David and Yina, it was a gut punch, their daughter's final moments a puzzle on screens, their grief public yet powerless. The elevator, with its flickering light and stuck doors, became the case's heart, a window into a night that swallowed Elisa, a mystery that burned across the digital world, its truth locked in the Cecil's steel heart. Part 5. The Disappearance, a Silent Void. Elisa Lam's absence was confirmed on February 1, 2013, when her daily calls to her parents stopped, her silence a red flag that sparked alarm. Her mother, Yina, contacted the Cecil, then the LAPD, her voice trembling across the Pacific. By February 2nd, police arrived at the hotel, their officers sweeping room 506, finding Elisa's backpack, phone, and notebook neatly arranged, her clothes folded, no sign of a struggle. The Cecil staff, questioned, recalled no screams, no odd guests, their logs showing Elisa hadn't checked out. Her Tumblr, silent since January 31st, offered no clues, its last post a cryptic quote about moving forward. The LAPD launched a search, their posters with Elisa's face, smiling, glasses on plastered across Skid Row, their sniffer dogs tracing the Cecil's halls, their noses finding no trail beyond her room. The hotel's cameras, grainy and sparse, showed no exits, no abductors, only the elevator clip, its mystery deepening the void. Guests reported oddities, low water pressure, a strange taste in taps, but no one linked it to Elisa, their complaints routine in a hotel plagued by leaks. The Cecil's rooftop, with its locked tanks and fire escape, was checked briefly, its access deemed secure, its darkness unprobed. Skid Row streets were scoured, officers questioning dealers and homeless camps, their tips vague, a girl seen near Main Street, a cry in an alley, all dead ends. Elisa's parents flew to LA, their faces pale as they joined searches, their flyers handed out in Koreatown and Hollywood, their hope a fragile shield. The media, sensing a story, descended, their cameras flashing at the Cecil's faded sign, their headlines vanished in LA, stoking fear. The hotel's residents, a mix of drifters and loners, were interviewed, their stories muddled, their memories blank. The absence of evidence, no blood, no witnesses, made the case a ghost, its heart in room 506, where Elisa's belongings waited, untouched. Her parents, staying in a nearby motel, faced questions about her bipolar disorder, their answers guarded, their pain raw. The Cecil, with its locked doors and dark corners, seemed to mock the search, its history a weight that pressed on every lead. Elisa's disappearance, a silent scream in a noisy city, was a spark that would lead to a grim discovery, its truth hidden in the hotel's shadows, a mystery that grew darker with each passing day. Part 6. The Discovery, a Body in the Tank. On February 19, 2013, a maintenance worker at the Hotel Cecil, Santiago Lopez, climbed to the rooftop, spurred by guest complaints of foul, discolored water. The Cecil's 4 massive water tanks, perched on concrete blocks, supplied the hotel, their hatches locked, their access via fire escape or alarmed stairs. Lopez, ladder in hand, opened the hatch of the eastern tank, his flashlight piercing the dark. Inside, he saw a body, naked, floating face up, her dark hair fanned out, her clothes bobbing beside her. It was Elisa Lam, her skin pale, her presence a shock that sent Lopez scrambling to call 911, his voice shaking as he reported the unthinkable. The LAPD and fire department arrived, their cranes lifting the tank's lid, their divers confirming Elisa's body, her limbs stiff, her death days or weeks old. The tank, 10 feet high and half full, was drained, her body removed under floodlights. The Cecil's roof a crime scene lit by LA's neon sky. Guests, evacuated to the lobby, whispered of the water they'd drunk, their faces pale, their complaints now a grim clue. The media swarmed, their cameras capturing the tank's rusted rim, their headlines, "Body in Hotel Tank," turning the Cecil into a global horror show. The discovery raised chilling questions. How did Elisa reach the roof? Its door alarmed, its stairs locked. How did she enter a sealed tank, its hatch heavy, its ladder missing? Her clothes, floating free, suggested she undressed. But why? No signs of assault, no bruises, no cuts, were visible, though decomposition blurred details. Her phone and glasses, still in room 506, ruled out a simple accident, their absence a puzzle. The Cecil staff, stunned, recalled no rooftop activity, their logs blank, their cameras blind beyond the elevator. For Elisa's parents, flown back to LA, the news was a dagger, their grief public as they faced the tank's image on newsstands. David and Yina, clutching her notebook, refused interviews, their silence a shield against a world that gawked. The discovery, meant to bring answers, only deepened the mystery, its facts a contradiction, its scene a nightmare. The Cecil's rooftop, with its tanks and city views, became the case's heart, a stage for a tragedy that shook Los Angeles, its truth locked in a tank that held a girl who dreamed of the world. Part 7. The Investigation, a Puzzle in the Dark. The LAPD's investigation into Elisa Lam's death began with urgency, but quickly bogged down in contradictions, its clues a maze in the Hotel Cecil's shadows. Detective Tim Marcia, a veteran of downtown crimes, led the probe, his team combing the rooftop, room 506, and the elevator, their forensic kit seeking answers where none seemed to fit. The autopsy, released in June 2013, ruled Elisa's death an accidental drowning, citing her bipolar disorder as a factor, with no drugs or alcohol in her system, no signs of trauma. But the tank's logistics, locked, high, inaccessible, defied the ruling, its hatch too heavy for one person, its ladder absent, its water too shallow to drown a 5 feet 4 inches woman without force. The elevator video, now public, was re-examined, its frames dissected for clues. The LAPD tested the doors, confirming a glitch could hold them open, but why Elisa pressed all buttons, gestured wildly, or left barefoot was unclear. Her clothes, found in the tank, bore no blood or prints, their presence a mystery. Did she undress, or was she stripped? Her phone, left in her room, ruled out a call for help, its text to her mother mundane. Sniffer dogs, redeployed to the roof, found no scent beyond the tank, their trail ending at its rim, the fire escape's alarm untriggered, its lock intact. The Cecil staff and guests were questioned, their stories thin. A night clerk recalled Elisa in the lobby, her mood off, but no one saw her climb to the roof. A resident, a 60-year-old loner, reported hearing footsteps above his 14th floor room, but the timing was vague, his account ignored. Security footage, grainy and limited, showed no strangers, no struggle, only Elisa's final moments in the elevator. The LAPD considered foul play, but no suspects emerged, no motives fit, the tank's isolation a barrier to theories of murder. For the Lambs, the accidental ruling was a wound. their lawyer challenging the report, their questions, how did she get there, unanswered. The media, from CNN to Reddit, tore into the case, their speculation outpacing facts, their headlines a mix of tragedy and sensationalism. The investigation, meant to clarify, only muddied the waters, its evidence a puzzle with missing pieces, its truth buried in the Cecil's dark corridors, a challenge to a city that sought to understand a girl's final night. Part 8. Theories, Shadows of Truth. Elisa Lam's death, with its locked tank and eerie video, spawned theories that wove fact, fear, and fantasy, each a bid to tame a mystery that defied logic. The LAPD's accidental drowning ruling clashed with the Cecil's dark history, its logistics sparking debate across forums, newsrooms, and bars. The elevator clip, the tank's isolation, and Elisa's bipolar disorder became lenses, their truths twisted by the hotel's legend, their questions a fire that burned through Los Angeles and beyond. Theory 1. Accidental drowning via psychosis. The LAPD's official stance held that Elisa, in a manic episode, climbed to the roof, entered the tank, and drowned, her bipolar disorder explaining her erratic video behavior. Her medication, found in her room, was underdosed, suggesting a breakdown, her gestures a hallucination. But the tank's locked hatch, its 10-foot height, and shallow water, 4 feet, challenged this, her strength unlikely to lift the lid, her drowning implausible without restraint. The theory, though official, felt hollow, its logic a stretch in the Cecil's maze. Theory 2. Foul play. Many believed a killer stalked Elisa, the elevator video showing her fleeing a pursuer. Skid Row's predators, dealers, drifters, made this plausible. The Cecil's lacked security a door for danger. Her clothes in the tank suggested assault, her nudity a sign of violence, but no trauma, no DNA, weakened this. A hotel guest or staffer, unseen on camera, could have lured her, the locked roof a lie, but no suspects emerged, the theory a shadow without a face. Theory 3. Suicide. Elisa's Tumblr, with its hints of despair, fueled theories she took her life, climbing into the tank to end her pain. Her bipolar lows, her isolation in LA, supported this, but her upbeat posts, her gifts for family, clashed, as did the tank's logistics. Why there, why naked? The elevator video, less suicidal than frantic, undermined this. The theory is sad guess, its evidence thin in a case of questions. Theory 4. Paranormal forces. The Cecil's ghost stories, suicides, murders, a dark energy, birthed wild ideas of supernatural involvement. The elevator clip, with Elisa's gestures to no one, was seen as a spirit's pull, the tank a trap by the hotel's ghosts. Online forums linked her death to the Cecil's past, even to the 2005 film Dark Water, its plot eerily similar. This theory, though popular, was unprovable, its allure a product of the hotel's myth, its truth a whisper in the dark. Each theory was a piece of LA's grief, a story to name the unknown. The Lambs rejected them all, their daughter's vibrancy their anchor, their questions a fight. The Cecil, with its locked tanks and silent halls, held the truth, its shadows a challenge to those who sought Elisa, her fate a mystery that burned in every mind. Part 9. Witnesses, voices in the corridors. The investigation leaned on witnesses, their accounts a patchwork of glimpses in the Hotel Cecil's dim light, each one a flicker in a case with no clear path. The LAPD, led by Detective Marcia, interviewed dozens, guests, staff, Skid Row locals, their stories a mix of fact and fog, their memories clouded by the hotel's chaos. Elisa's final days, seen through others' eyes, painted a picture of a girl both vivid and fading, her presence a spark in a place that swallowed light, her absence a void that echoed in their words. The night clerk, Rosa Martinez, saw Elisa on January 31st, her red hoodie aflash in the lobby, her mood nervous but not alarming. She recalled Elisa asking about rooftop access, a question dismissed as routine, the alarm's reliability untested. A guest in room 508, a British tourist, heard muffled voices from Elisa's room late that night, her door slamming, but saw no one. his report vague, his timing off. Another resident, a 50-year-old drifter named Carl, claimed he saw Elisa in the 14th floor hallway, her steps slow, her eyes on the ceiling, as if listening to something above. His account, muddled by drink, was ignored, his face a blur in the case's files. Skid Row Street dwellers offered fragments, a woman matching Elisa's look near a shelter, a scream near Main Street. But their stories clashed, their sightings unconfirmed. The last bookstore's clerk, Amy Price, gave the clearest account. Elisa, vibrant on January 30th, buying books, her smile warm, her chat about Vancouver lively. But even this was a dead end, her purchase a moment, not a motive. The elevator video, shown to witnesses, sparked no recognition, its figure alone, its shadows empty. The Cecil's cameras, limited to the lobby and elevator, missed the roof, the halls, the truth. For the Lams, the witnesses were a torment, their stories too vague to trust, too vivid to dismiss. David and Yina, combing LA with flyers, begged for clarity, their questions met with shrugs. The media amplified every voice, from Martinez's rooftop note to Carl's ceiling stare, their headlines a mix of hope and horror. The witnesses, with their half-seen moments and fleeting sounds, were a chorus of chaos, their accounts a maze that led nowhere, their truth buried in the Cecil's dark corridors, a challenge to a world that sought Elisa's final steps. Part 10. Suspects, Faces in the Fog. The Elisa Lam case, with its locked tank and eerie video, birthed a roster of suspects, each a shadow and a mystery with no clear villain. The LAPD, under pressure from media and the Lams, investigated dozens, their files a mix of hotel guests, staff, and Skid Row's ghosts, their leads fueled by whispers and the Cecil's dark fame. The absence of trauma, the tank's logistics, and the elevator clip made every suspect a question, their stories a dance of doubt in a case that haunted Los Angeles. Pablo Vergara, a 30-year-old death metal musician staying on the 14th floor, was an early focus. Known as Morbid, his dark lyrics and Cecil residency drew eyes, his presence in the hotel that week a coincidence too neat for some. Online sleuths found his music videos, their themes of water and death eerie echoes of Elisa's fate, but his alibi, playing a gig in San Diego, held, his room clean, his link a myth born of Reddit's frenzy. The LAPD cleared him, his name a casualty of the case's digital storm. The night clerk, Rosa Martinez, faced scrutiny, her rooftop access question a red flag, her shift aligning with Elisa's last sighting. Her story, seeing Elisa but not the roof, was consistent, but her hesitancy, her vague memory of the alarm, sparked doubt. A search of her locker found nothing, her life unconnected to Elisa, her role a dead end in a hotel of secrets. Other staff, a maintenance man, a cleaner, were questioned, their access to the roof a suspicion, but no evidence, no motive, tied them, their faces fading into the case's fog. Skid Row drifters, a faceless group, were a constant shadow. The LAPD interviewed dozens, dealers, addicts, a man seen near the Cecil's fire escape, but none matched Elisa's timeline, their stories muddled by drugs or lies. A homeless woman claimed a man bragged of taking a girl, but her description was vague, her lead a ghost. The Cecil's residents, from loners to long-term tenants, were probed, their rooms searched, but no prints, no DNA linked them, their presence a question without an answer. The paranormal theory, though not a suspect, cast the Cecil itself as a culprit, its ghost a force that lured Elisa. Online forums named Spirits, Ramirez's victims, a 1940s suicide, as players, their tales unprovable, their allure a distraction. The suspects, from Vergara to Shadows, were a mirror to LA's fear, their stories a city's attempt to name its monster, their truth a void. The Cecil, with its locked tanks and silent halls, held the key, its shadows a challenge to a world that named its ghosts but found no Elisa. Part 11. The case in 2025. The digital ghost. In 2025, Elisa Lam's death remains a wound in Los Angeles, its mystery as vivid as in 2013. The Hotel Cecil, now rebranded as Luxury Lofts, bears little trace of its past, its water tanks gone, its halls polished, but Elisa's story lingers, her face on faded flyers in Skid Row's alleys. Her elevator video a YouTube relic with 20 million views. The LAPD, their case closed as accidental, keep a file active, their database a vault of tips, DNA, and dead ends. True crime podcasts, Netflix's Crime Scene, the vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, and Reddit keep her alive, their debates a ritual. Her name a hashtag that trends with each new theory. Elisa's parents, David and Yina, now in their 60s, live quietly in Vancouver, their home a shrine of photos, her notebook preserved, their grief private but unending. They fund a scholarship in her name, their advocacy for mental health a legacy, their questions about the tank unanswered. The Cecil's transformation, new owners, new name, erases its stigma, but locals still call it that hotel. There's stories of ghosts and deaths a whisper in bars. Tourists visit, their selfies at the old rooftop a grim pilgrimage, their curiosity a spark that keeps the case burning. Advances have yielded little. A 2020 DNA retest of Elisa's clothes found no new traces, the tank's rust too degraded for clues. Drones swept Skid Row in 2023, their cameras probing alleys, but found no links, no lost phone. Tips, a sighting in Seattle, a confession in a jail, persist, their truth fleeting, their hope a mirage. The elevator video, reanalyzed with AI, shows no edits. Its glitch real, its shadows empty. The Paranormal Lingers, a 2024 ghost tour naming Elisa's spirit. Its tales a mix of respect and exploitation. The Lambs, silent on media, reject this, their daughter's vibrancy, their truth. Skid Row has gentrified, its tents fewer, its streets cleaner, but the Cecil's shadow endures, its history a weight on LA's heart. Elisa's Tumblr, frozen since 2013, is a digital grave, its posts a window into a girl who loved the world. The case, with its questions and ghosts, remains a digital enigma, its mystery a call to remember a wanderer lost in a city that never sleeps. Her story a flame that burns in every mind that pauses at her name. Part 12. The Enigma of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam's death is more than a case. It is a requiem for a dreamer, a saga of a city's shadows, a mirror to our fears of the unknown. Elisa, with her notebook and wanderlust, is not just a name in a report. She is a symbol, a reflection of our need to explore, our vulnerability in strange places, our questions about the darkness in the brightest cities. Her vanishing in the Hotel Cecil, captured in a flickering elevator, is a wound that never healed, a puzzle that has defied a decade of searching, a shadow that stretches across Los Angeles to touch every soul that sees her face. What happened that night? Did Elisa, lost in a manic haze, climb to the roof, open a locked tank, and drown in a moment of madness? Was she hunted, a killer's hand guiding her to the water, her clothes a clue to violence unseen? Did she choose the tank, her despair a pull to the Cecil's dark heart, her Tumblr a cry no one heard? Or did the hotel's ghosts, its history of death, draw her in, their whispers a force beyond reason? The video, the tank, the silence, the clues are a labyrinth, their answers a shadow that slips away, their truth a whisper in the city's roar. For David and Yina, Elisa is their life's core, their everyday a memory, their every night a prayer. Their Vancouver home, with its photos and scholarship, is a shrine, their fight for mental health a vow to honor her light. For the Cecil staff, its guests, its ghosts, she is a moment frozen, a girl who passed through their halls, her laughter a spark now lost. For the world, Elisa is a mystery, a face in a video, a story that haunts, her notebook a call to look closer, to care deeper, to never forget. The case challenges our beliefs about safety, about sanity, about the power of a single frame to grip millions. It asks us to question the shadows, to search the rooftops, to listen to the silence of a tank that held a girl. Will the truth emerge? Perhaps a new clip will surface, a confession will break, or a notebook will reveal her final thoughts. Or perhaps Elisa will remain an enigma, her fate sealed in the Cecil's night, her story a flame that burns in every heart. She is not gone. She is the flicker in LA's lights, the whisper in its alleys, the weight in every soul that pauses at her name. Elisa Lam is the heartbeat of a mystery that refuses to rest, a legacy that endures, a shadow that will not fade. The Hotel Cecil stands silent in Los Angeles, its neon dim, its tanks gone, but Elisa Lam's echo lingers, her face a flare that burns through time. Her shadow dances in the elevator, her words whisper in her Tumblr, her mystery a riddle that haunts the night. Was she lost, taken, or claimed by the hotel's dark heart? The city keeps its truth, but we listen, our hearts tuned to the silence of a girl who dreamed too big for its shadows. You've walked these neon streets with shadow of crime, where every story is a puzzle, every truth a fight. If Elisa's enigma has seized your soul, if her absence haunts your dreams, don't turn away. Subscribe to our channel to join us in chasing new mysteries, where the lost find a voice in the dark. Drop a like if her story moved you, if it left you staring into the night. Leave a comment, share your theories, tell us what chilled you, or name the cases you want us to unravel next. Hit that bell, for in Los Angeles, every clue counts. Share this tale with those brave enough to face the shadows, to seek the truth beneath the neon. Shadow of Crime is more than a podcast. It's a vow to honor the vanished, to confront the darkness, to chase the light no matter how faint. Until we meet again, keep your eyes on the skyline, your ears sharp, and your courage ready for the stories that live in the shadow of crime.